Hey you guys, happy birthday to me. Feel free to sing, send me things, buy something to improve your health. That helps me raise money for the things that I'm doing to stay in growth and healing. So I'm coming to you live from my bathroom yoga studio. So I'm probably going to give you a little tour here. And the reason that I'm doing that is that I'm spending my birthday just puttering and going slow and working on the things that matter to me, which is just having a cozy family day here at the cabin and doing my calendar. And when I do my calendar, it feels like a giant to-do list. But what it really does is it brings me into like happiness and gratitude, looking back on the year. And I have done March and April now. I'm going to power through and do the whole year. But doing those collages gives me all of these warm, squishy feelings about how we actually have been spending our year and how we actually have been doing throughout this crazy 2020. And I have a lot of gratitude. But also I read in my little journal book about opening the heart for yesterday and today, and it had a lot to do with total acceptance. And that's also really where I'm at right now, is around total acceptance. And I'm looking back on the year and I'm like, look at her, she did stuff, she was doing okay. And yet I know in each of those moments and snapshots in time, I was feeling some of what I'm feeling now, which is like frustration, a little bit down on myself, a little bit like, why aren't I doing all of my things? I need to do better. Yeah, that's totally like a vintage looking can of hairspray up there. The Aquanet at the cabin. Still have some places to grow and heal. Still have hairspray. So anyway, I have decided to take a little calendar break. And today I'm really focusing on my healthy grounding habits because I've had some indulgences this weekend and I'm feeling a little puffy and not as awesome in my body and not as awesome emotionally. So I've had my green shakes, my aminos, which are cellular building blocks, and I'm about to do a little yoga sequence in my hot yoga room. Let's take a little tour of the hot yoga room. Can I flip the camera and not do finish? Well, you can tour with me. I'll point from behind. So last winter during the pandemic, we painted. This used to be like blue and white flicky stuff. We put partially that ceiling in. I still have a little hole up here in the ceiling that I need to fix. And we put this little faux wood flooring in. And then what we have going on are a couple of heaters. I've got, whoop, can we see this? Whoop, a heater over here. I've got a cute little heater over here. Woo. And then Josh helped me. He put in a cute little under cabinet heater right here. And then we put in a little thermostat type clock here. It's off for daylight savings still, but it will tell me how hot we can get it in here. And I have gotten it up to about 100 in here. So what the heck is the point of that? Well, looking back on the calendar for the past year, I can really see where and when I added certain habits. And while I was still being a little bit hard on myself, I'm like, you know what? Those things, those safety nets, they were happening, they were working. Like, here's where we went outside. Here's where we went outside as a family. Here's when I went for runs. Here's when I lifted weights. Here's when I got brave and started doing some lives and seeing if it connected with people. Here's when I started meditating live and did that for 4 months. And you know what? Throughout the year, I still keep hearing the trickles of how some of that was meaningful for people. And here's when it shifted a little bit to more yoga. Here's my kids in Savasana. And you can't tell me that didn't make a difference doing those practices. So each little bit, it felt like climbing a mountain because there was this temptation to just fall back and to fall fall back into like drink and food and laziness. And if that's where you're at, that's okay. Be there with compassion. But I'm here to say that while I didn't feel like I was doing it well, every little bit I did has had some positive impact that I'm seeing looking back on it now. And so now what I'm going to do is wrap myself in that compassion like a blanket and do a few of my healthy things that make me feel good. And I'm just going to keep on trucking. Because did I meet my birthday goals? No, not really. And I mentioned that already. Like, are my goals ridiculous? Maybe. But am I here? And am I going to wrap myself up in compassion and keep moving on and take whatever the next step is? Absolutely 100%. So here I am, 2020, not a wasted year. It's still our life. We can still finish strong. If there's any way you would like to finish strong and kind of take hold of yourself, get in touch. Get in touch with me today for my birthday. Make it a birthday present. Let's talk. What can we do? How can we take our next steps with intention? My next step is yoga in the hot room right now. All right. Have a fantastic day. Happy birthday to me. Whoop whoop. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.